All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday. How's everybody doing? Monday afternoon, Monday evening, Monday night, wherever you are in the world, welcome. We're going to talk about inflation today. A couple things about inflation. One, we have United States inflation data coming out tomorrow. And this is like the big thing that the Fed was all like worried about, right? Tariffs were going to cause huge inflation. And guess what's going to happen tomorrow? It's going to be a nothing burger. Yet again, another nothing burger, and another reason the Fed should have already cut rates last month. And that's what everybody's going to be yelling about tomorrow. But I'm a day ahead of it because I'm always ahead. You're always hearing this stuff first from me before you hear it from everybody else. Because everybody else follows the trends, but Kriss stays ahead of them, right? Kriss stays ahead of them. I should have more than 20,000 subs. I should have 120,000 subs. I'm not good. My head is inflating. Can you tell? My head is inflating. I'm in a good mood, though, despite the little pullback we have today, taking out some more leverage trades. I got my pinger on. It's been pinging for the last 15 minutes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of trades have been getting wiped on Bitcoin and ETH and Sol, and weakness in the afternoon here, a little bit of weakness. And where is this going to go later? So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Dogecoin inflation. It's a coin. Again, Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. It does not have a hard cap. No, it inflates. And everybody's, oh, you're worried, Dogecoin inflation. Oh, so we're going to talk about that as well. It's another kind of inflation. And then we also have how Dogecoin can beat inflation and what can you do about it. All today on KrissPax Live. Welcome, everybody. Hey, overall, well, we got the Golden Cross coming, right? Got the Golden Cross coming. You saw it. I talked about it yesterday. I posted today on X that it's coming tonight right here. This is the 50 SMA, and it's going to pass right above the 200 SMA tonight. This is going to be it. So check your charts at 8 o'clock tonight. Maybe I'll post it again on X. Maybe I will post it again on X like I did earlier because it's coming. Because what else? Kriss is always ahead of the game. Everybody else is going to be following up, and they're going to be like, oh, no, Kriss had it first. Just like my predictions of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, I had it first, right? Just like the explosion we're going to see in alt prices, and particularly Dogecoin this fall, Kriss predicted it before anybody else. So I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood today. Bitcoin's at 118.8. When you zoom out on the daily, Bitcoin's just flat. It's pretty flat. And that's why you got to zoom out every now and then. You're just like, it's flat. The all-time high on the daily is just a wick. And we're not that far away from it. All-time high on Bitcoin, all-time high will be coming on ETH, but we also had today, an all-time high in total market cap. That's right. The total market cap of all crypto hit an all-time high today. Hit an all-time high. And that's with Dogecoin at 22 cents. So Dogecoin's run is still yet to come and pull the whole crypto market up even higher. That's a lot of money, almost $4 trillion. It did hit 4 trillion for a bit. $4 trillion. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started, folks. Just getting started. So let me get into my stuff here, and then we'll get to the Q&A and chat in just a few minutes. Because you know me, right? I always got to start with the news first, and I'll get to you guys. And we're going to have a giveaway to do too later. Giving away more Dogecoin today. Yes, on KrissPax Live. Doing only good every day. Thank you to our friend Nismo. It's all good. It's all good. The crypto market hits 4.1 trillion. Yes, the total crypto market cap smashes to a new all-time high. 4.1 trillion, breaking records as momentum accelerates across Bitcoin, ETH, and alts. And it's just August. It's August and already hit a new all-time high for all cryptos. You know, Guy at Coin Bureau just had one mistake on his graphic. Just one mistake. He didn't put a Dogecoin on it. There's no Dogecoin. What is this Monero crap? Just get rid of the Monero. Get rid of the Monero coin and put a Dog coin on there, because Dog is in the top 10, not Monero. Guy, come on, dude. In fact, I should just say this. Guy, come on, man. At least have a Dogecoin as one of the coins on your graphic, not Monero. Doge is top 10. There. That will show him. That will show him. Yes, I'm in Boston. It is 4:07 right here in Boston. 4 more hours until the end of the day. And at the end of the day, in 4 hours, that's UTC time, end of the day, then we're going to have that crossing, and we will have the Golden Cross. That's what's happening. Also, just in, President Trump says gold will not be tariffed. Gold will not be tariffed. And gold went on a little bitty run, and then nothing. It just like, there's a little bitty run right there. Gold was already going down, recovered a little bit, and now heading back down. Who cares about gold other than Peter Schiff? Nobody else cares. Peter Schiff cares about gold. And if you care about Peter Schiff, yeah, maybe you care about gold. I don't care about gold. I don't have any gold. I got a little bit in some jewelry. That's about it. No gold bars. I didn't win the gold bar from Robinhood. I don't have gold. Yes, don't give me gold, give me Doge. Yes, Bitcoin Geek. Exactly. Exactly. If you want to beat inflation, you hold Dogecoin, you don't hold gold. Mario says, look, Trump gives China tariffs a 90-day stay. And yet, again, everybody all freaking out. Oh, the China deadline is coming. Tariffs, oh, going to wreak havoc on the markets. And it's like, no, just kicks the can down the road again. Another 90 days for China so they can figure it out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So these inflation numbers are going to come out tomorrow, and they're not going to show like this huge, giant spike up in inflation. It's just not going to show it. And the Fed's going to look bad, and everybody's going to say, see, told you so. Well, me, I'm a day ahead of it, and I'm just like ahead of it, already saying it's a big nothing. So trade accordingly. Meanwhile, our friend Trader Allen We got a double bottom. We got a big ass double bottom on Doge. Some people like bottoms. I don't know. I'm just saying. Some people like bottoms. Maybe Alan is fond of big bottoms. I don't know. But there it is on the chart. I'm just saying. It just responding to the chart there. A big double bottom, and his target is 50 cents coming out of the double bottom move would be 50 cents. So let's do that. That's a good start. I just say that is a good start. So, but Trader Allen wasn't done yet. No. Doge versus Bitcoin. Again, Kriss has been ahead of the curve on this one too. Everybody else is trying to catch up to Kriss. When did I start talking about Doge versus Bitcoin? Back in June, right? Back in June, when we hit the bottom, which was on Alan's chart way down here, right? That's when I said, if you remember, back in June, I said, if you want Bitcoin, don't buy Bitcoin. You buy Dogecoin. And then when Doge outperforms Bitcoin on one of these huge runs, then you can flip your Doge over to Bitcoin and you'll end up with more Bitcoin. Most likely at least twice as much Bitcoin as if you compared to if you had bought the Bitcoin back in June. At least twice, probably even more. And of course, Alan now stealing Kriss's magnets. He's now has a very fondness for magnets on his charts. Again, something else Kriss has had for a long, long time. And now Alan is stealing Kriss's magnets, putting them on a chart, but that's okay. It's all good. In meme land, you can borrow. It's all right. So what's going to happen in the next big Bitcoin run? Are we going to have Bitcoin outperforming Doge by 2, Bitcoin outperforming Doge by 4, or Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin by even more? Where is this going to go? We will be watching. But again, Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin as it does every time we're setting up for a big run on the green days, which we think there's going to be a lot of them this fall. I've got a lot more Dogecoin than I have Bitcoin now. I am in Doge. And I will flip some of it back to Bitcoin. I will do that. Look, if we look at the total altcoin market versus Bitcoin, for 4 years, it has been in this falling wedge. For 4 years. Since 2021, we've been ping-ponging in this falling wedge, altcoins versus Bitcoin. What's going to happen? If you have a falling wedge bullish pattern, there's going to be a breakout, might come back and retest that resistance line of support and then jump higher. Again, a 4-year falling wedge, one of technical analysis' most explosive reversals. These patterns don't show up often, but when they do, they change portfolios. Alt season is not next year. It's knocking right now. This is what's happening. I'm not going to be live for the Golden Cross tonight. I'm live now, before the Golden Cross, already telling you what's going to happen. So you're ready and you know. But I digress. We want to get back to inflation. Andy says, the way to avoid inflation is to buy a lot of Dogecoin. That's it. That's it. That is the secret message for today. The way to avoid inflation is to buy a lot of Dogecoin. That's it. And you all are doing that already. I know. Oh, that, my friends, is what it's about. But I know you want to hear about the other inflation thing, about Dogecoin and all the new coins. I haven't seen the bears lately, but the bears will come back and they'll say, oh, Dogecoin's stupid, infinite supply, blah, 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 blah. Way too many coins, blah, 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 blah. I get it, right? I get it. Dogecoin is not Bitcoin. But you know what? Since 2013, Dogecoin has consistently outperformed Bitcoin. Mr. Stickman, if you want to know what a golden cross is, check out my X post from today. I already talked about it all day yesterday. Weren't you here? I talked about it. Talked about it this morning. I made a whole video. Check out my post here. Dogecoin golden cross. I made a whole video. You got to keep up, Stickman. You got to keep up. Golden cross. Golden cross. But I digress. Dogecoin has an annual supply inflation that is fixed. It's fixed. It is not infinite. It's fixed. It's fixed. Fixed inflation. Over an infinite amount of time, it's infinite, but it's fixed. 10,000 Dogecoin every minute. Because what? Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency, and it is completely decentralized, and it relies on the mining to validate all the transactions on the blockchain, keeps Dogecoin safe and secure. That's it. There's no governance. There's no owners that own like bags of Dogecoin. Dogecoin is out there for the world as a gift. From Billy and Jackson, it's a gift to the world, just like Bitcoin is a gift to the world from the so-called Satoshi Nakamoto. The only difference is Bitcoin has a hard cap, and Bitcoin is now being looked at as strategic reserve, digital gold. Do not sell your Bitcoin, all that stuff, right? That's what you're hearing now. That is what you're hearing. So why is Dogecoin different? Dogecoin is different because it continues to give out the same amount of Dogecoin every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year. Why does that make Dogecoin better? As a currency, because people aren't inclined to just hodl it as a strategic reserve. People are more inclined to actually buy some and then use it. And then use it as a currency. Sock in you. Be careful if you're quoting me, because you're saying words that I didn't say. I don't call anybody crazy. I didn't say Doge would not go below 25 cents last week. So be very careful when you quote me. You're going to have to go into my videos and you're going to have to find where I said that and post that on the YouTube community, because I don't think I said that. So I made a lot of you buy the top last. Awesome. I made you buy the top. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny, dude. Oh my God. Dude, you got to figure out life. You got to figure out life. Oh, man. You see everybody else with the crap I got to deal with? Every day it's someone. I need to learn the charts. Ha! Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta learn the charts. Dude. Oh. Everybody on X makes fun of me. Everybody. No, man, it's just you, and you're just being a jerk. That's all. You're just being a jerk because you bought something and now the price is down. And so you're looking for somebody else to blame except yourself. I wasn't buying Dogecoin at 25 cents. Nope. I didn't buy any at 25 cents. So, what are charts? Yeah, man. What are charts? No, I'm not going to boot him yet. He's kind of here for entertainment value. No, I didn't. I was smart. I knew not to listen to you when you said to me, I think we hold at 25. I didn't say that. I didn't even say that. Oh. Oh, man, you're so funny. You said up here, yes, you did. You made a lot of us buy the top last week. A lot of us. The word us means including you. So you did buy at 25 cents. So what's your problem? Now you say, no, I didn't. But you know the truth. You know the actual truth of what you did and didn't do. Me? Hey, I'm reading the charts. I'm a chart expert. I've been talking about buying Dogecoin for years. I was buying Dogecoin at 5 and 6 cents, loading up on Dogecoin. I've already taken profits this cycle, and I bought a frickin' house. What did you do? Oh, man. Crazy. I'm talking about Dogecoin inflation right now, okay? I'm talking about inflation so that you understand what Dogecoin is as a proof of work cryptocurrency. And even if you bought Dogecoin at 25 cents, you're still going to make money on that. You're still going to make money. But I wasn't buying at 25 cents. And I don't tell anybody to buy on green candles. I always say you buy on the red candles. It's simple. You don't buy on the green candles. Man. And it didn't even hit 25 cents. It made it up to 24.6. It made it up to 24.6. Last week, it wasn't even 25 cents. It made it up to 24.6, but it's a big green candle, and you don't buy on a big green candle. I don't know charts. Jesus. Oh, well. Shall we continue? Dogecoin, it's fixed supply year after year is a lower percentage of its overall circulating supply. Meaning over time, the percent of new coins year after year after year goes down. Did I buy Pengu at the top? No, I did not. May I show you where I bought Pengu? I just got to put this guy in his place here, dude. I bought Pengu. Let's do 30-minute chart. Just so I can show this guy, because, you know, what I do is I mark all my buys. I bought here and here, these two green circles. On the red candles, I bought Pengu. I am up on my Pengu purchase. You want to look at Bonk? Sure, you can look at Bonk. Would love to look at Bonk because I also mark my purchases for Bonk. I bought Bonk a while ago. I bought Bonk over here below 23. I bought Bonk over there. I am up on my Bonk, even despite all of this. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. But I just have to prove you wrong because you are just getting booted now. I'm just letting you know that before because we don't, little lambs clueless. You're just an idiot then. Idiot. There he goes. Finally did it. Oh my God. There you go. I was giving him a chance. I was giving him a chance to say how he really felt, and he just couldn't get there. And then he started calling everybody names. Goodbye. Does anybody want to know more about Dogecoin and inflation? I mean, how bad is Dogecoin's infinite inflation anyway? Dogecoin is minted at a rate of 10,000 Doge every minute. Okay? Coins are added to the supply, but it's not like it's just thrown out there on the exchanges. The new Dogecoins are actually awarded to the miners. They're given to the miners. It's not just like flooding the market every minute of every day. That's not how Dogecoin works. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. And so, this was a couple of years ago when this was made at 130 billion. Now it's 150 billion. But you'll see the percentage goes down every year. The new Doge versus the circulating supply. By 2030, it's going to be less than 3%. Do you know what the inflation is of like fiat money in the dollar? It's a lot more than 3%. Like I'm saying, Dogecoin beats inflation, even with the often criticized new coins that are minted. And on top of that, last month, I showed you a comparison to how many Dogecoin, new Dogecoin have been made over the past 4 years. And I compared it to Solana, Algorand, and XRP. And guess what? All three of them had more new tokens created over the past 4 years than Dogecoin. And I mean, it's just, you got to do your research before you start blaming things, you know? You just got to do your research. Doge will slowly go below 3%. Inflation will continue to go lower over time. Dogecoin's use case is a store of value to be used for transactions. Yes, as a store of value to be used as transactions. It wants to compete with fiat currencies to be used in stores. Now, our friend Billy Marcus, he goes by Shibetoshi Nakamoto on X. He gets so much crap on X. People keep telling him, put a hard cap on Doge. You can change, the inflation of Doge. You can make it less coins. You can do all this. And do you know what Billy says? Billy says, hey, if you want to remove the inflation of Dogecoin, the code is right there on GitHub. It's line 146. The line says return 10,000 asterisk coin semicolon. That's the line right there. Billy says you can change it right there. You can make a pull request. You can convince the community and the miners to then use the new version, also called a fork. And then he says, now stop effing bothering me about it. Because that's it. Dogecoin's open source. It's open source. You can look at the whole code right there on GitHub. The whole Dogecoin code is there. If you want to do your research, go look at it yourself. Blaming me because I made you buy Dogecoin at the top. It's just like, oh man. And guess what Elon said to that? Elon Musk replied and said, I think the flat inflation of Dogecoin, which means a decreasing percentage of inflation, is a feature, not a bug. Because Elon knows this is good for people to actually use their Dogecoin and spend Dogecoin, not just be like Bitcoin and hodl it in a strategic reserve. And again, Dogecoin over a longer period of time outperforms Bitcoin. If you just look in the short term, yeah, Bitcoin's going to outperform Doge over shorter periods of time. But over long periods of time, again and again and again, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is seen as the digital gold strategic reserve. Dogecoin is better. It's a better Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying. It's a better Bitcoin. So that's what I have on Dogecoin inflation today. Sorry for the detour by the guy who got booted, but these things happen and I have to take care of them. We have been watching the liquidations happen. ETH, Doge, Bitcoin, more Doge. Some big Doge trades just got wiped out while I was ranting. But Dogecoin is still holding its support right here. 22.5. It's still holding 22.5. Not bad. I'm not worried about any new altcoins, Alex, that claim to have great utility. Yeah, maybe one or two will spike up in price, right? Hopefully you're in that one with part of your portfolio to enjoy that ride. But there's so many new coins created all the time that have so-called great utility that don't do anything. And that's the problem. I put some money into some of them. Peak was one of them. Great utility, but price action, it's been awful. I admit it. Chadwick. Price hasn't moved since April. We hit 13 cents in April. We're now at 22 cents. What's your problem? Don't get me started on you, Chadwick, or I'll just boot your ass. Come on. I bought all my Doge in December of 2020, way under a penny. Why didn't you stop me? Exactly. When the golden cross. Yeah, right. When golden cross. Exactly, Derek. Inflation drives the need to spend. Not exactly. But it reduces the amount of, like, I need to hodl this because it's like Bitcoin kind of thing, which Elon even agreed that Dogecoin is better as a transactional currency than Bitcoin. You want to buy a Domino's pizza with Doge? Yeah. I made you talk to Annie. Yeah, Annie. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. I'm done. I'll just talk to Grok. I don't need Annie's bullshit. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. Kriss, you made me buy Doge at 16 cents. Thank you. Oh. Aloha, Duchess. How are you? Toot, 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 toot. Kriss, you made me buy a lot of Doge. Are there bets on Robinhood for ETH hitting 5K? Wow. What's going to happen when Doge hits the golden cross tonight? Nothing. Tomorrow's just another day. Doesn't mean anything. I talked about that in this morning's video. No one will believe me until it's too late. Well, some of you believe it. But some of these people, man. The most useful thing I've gotten from these streams is to forget about woulda, shoulda, coulda. Exactly. Instead, focus on what you can make money on going forward. RR, my Norwegian friend, thank you. If there's any nuggets of wisdom that come out of all of these live streams, that's one of the best ones. If you're wallowing in woulda, shoulda, coulda, then you're not going to make it. So thank you, my friend. The biggest modern problem is we have interfered with natural selection. Many of these problems with people would have been solved naturally. Interesting. Otherwise, you end up like those guys who hope Doge will drop to 17 cents again because they feel like they missed out. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. No news on Megal. Megal's just hanging. It's $1.38. Megal's just hanging. We wait. Patience. And then one day you'll wake up and it'll be screaming high. What do I think about Litecoin? So Litecoin was made to be a cheaper Bitcoin. Litecoin has halvings. Litecoin has a hard top. It'll stop minting new Litecoins in another 100+ years. According to BitPay, they say they are having more transactions with Litecoin than any other crypto through BitPay. So you can use Bitcoin, you can use Doge, you can use ETH, you can use other coins through BitPay. But BitPay has said that they have more transactions through their platform, like AMC uses BitPay, right? And I've used Dogecoin through BitPay to buy AMC movie tickets. But that's about it. Litecoin has nothing else going for it. So you'll take a drink for the booting. You want to see the Dogecoin do well? So do I. Yeah, I'm not playing today. We're going to the moon. That's right. It's not today. I know. I get riled up sometimes. Kriss woke up and chose violence. I'm just like, come on. Just don't say stupid shit in the chat. Any thoughts about Pepe? Well, Pepe, my friend PG Diaz, whatever your name is, I don't know why all the ats came back on YouTube, but they did. Pepe is going to go on another run. It started to when ETH was going up, right? Because we had this big move up corresponding with ETH. We said, remember last week when Pepe dropped below 10, right? Gained to zero back for a brief, I don't know how long this was, maybe half an hour. That was the time to buy Pepe right there. That was the time to buy. And then Pepe took off. It is pulling back, just like all other cryptos are pulling back right now, including Dogecoin. Yes. Everything's pulling back right now. So Pepe's pulling back too. Pepe will do well. Pepe's fine. I just don't hold anymore. I already made money on it. If I was going to buy back, I would have bought right there. I said if I had a limit order set for Pepe, it would be for 0.00009999, and it would have hit right there last Tuesday. But I'm holding Doge and I'm stacking Doge. And my goal is to have more Doge for this fall coin count. Coin count. I know Annie totally forgot me. And so I was like, whatever. I don't have time for all that chit chat stuff. If I'm going to use an AI on my phone or online, it's like, I just want the answer. I don't want all this conversational garbage. How are you doing today? That's like, I asked my neighbor that question. I don't need to ask AI, some AI chatbot. Yes, done with Annie. You will not see Annie again on my live stream. I tried, right? I was just like, hey, I'll just give it a try. It might be fun. God, was she annoying as hell again. And didn't even remember me. Like, oh. And then couldn't even call Dogecoin the right thing. It wasn't Dogecoin. It's just like, jeez. Polymarket says a 76% chance for Doge ETF being approved, Sean. Nice. Nice. And those are people betting with their money. It's not like the Bloomberg guys who say like 90% chance. But hey, the Bloomberg guys are saying 90% chance of a Doge ETF being approved. Kriss held me at gunpoint to buy Doge. And he's way too clingy. I know, she's just asking weird questions. And it's just like, I don't need that. I lay all my failures at Kriss's doorstep. Hey, Joke Smoke. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also reminds people to like the video. So let's get those 69 likes right now. Look at that. 69 likes. But that's not good enough for a Dogecoin giveaway. We got to be at least over 100 likes. And also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Joke Smoke also, did you give away? Was there a membership giveaway? Did I miss that? I missed it. I missed it. Who got the membership? William Keohane. Well, congratulations, William. You are a member of the channel now. Awesome. Congrats. The silly ats. I agree, Ryan. I don't like it. Just get the names back. I want names. Adam says, I'm sorry, it's Monday. Any Jasmine news? Nothing going on with Jasmine right now, Adam. Jasmine's just following the market right now. If there's a Pepe Labubu collab, that will be the sign the bull run is over. The fall of 2025 Doge will be 65 cents to $1. That's nice, Frankie, but we're not going to thank you later. That's kind of a stupid thing to say. Thank me later. That's just one of those things, like you hear it enough times and then you start using it and it's just lame. So. The deadline is October 17th, Stickman. We showed that last week. October 17th is the date we are targeting for Doge ETFs to be approved. Khan says, after the Doge ETF gets approved, top signal. You're guessing, dude. You're guessing. I love you too, lunatic. Would it be more profitable to keep the Dogecoin I have now and wait another 4 years? Probably, but it's always a risk, right? There's always a risk. We have shown, like I showed in yesterday's video, which I also posted the chart here, right? Over time, this is the whole trading of Dogecoin. Okay, Jade, the whole trading of Dogecoin. Every 4 years, it goes higher. I would guess in 2029, Dogecoin is going to be a lot higher than it is in 2025 if it continues to follow this trend. Is that guaranteed? No, not guaranteed. So you have to decide how you want to play this, whether you want to take some profits now, maybe buy in after a bear market, or just let it ride. That's up to you. Personally, I'm going to do halvesies. I'm probably going to take profits on half and let the other half ride. That's how I'm probably going to play it. And I'm not making anybody do that. I'm not making anybody do that. All I do is I tell you what I do. And I tell you what I see on the charts. That's all I do. I don't make anybody buy or sell. I don't. None of this is financial advice. I tell you what I do or what I would do if faced with a certain situation, like buying Pepe when it dropped below 10. I would have done that if I had cash available. I would have bought Pepe. But my thesis right now is Doge. I want more Dogecoins. I want to increase my Dogecoin count for this fall, for that next big, giant purple box to happen. Because every time there's a big purple box, Dogecoin goes exponential. That's what I'm waiting for, is the next purple box to get filled. And I want as many Dogecoins as I can get before that happens. That's what I'm doing. That's how I beat inflation. It's a waiting game. Doge will go to the moon. Takes time. Got to be the long game and coin count. William? A+, my man. A+. Right there. A+. Annie, yeah. 8 got time for that. Exactly, Aussie. Exactly. 8 got time for that. Oh. The Trump and Putin meeting end of this week. If the peace deal is signed, will markets react? Well, since it's going to be a Friday and it's going to be in Alaska time, there won't be any stock market trading going on. Will crypto react? I'm guessing it's going to be just another day, because I don't think there's going to be anything earth-shattering coming out of that. Because, as I said the other day, Zelensky's not playing that game. Zelensky is not going to agree to giving what he thinks is Ukrainian land to Russia. So there's going to be no deal. In my opinion, I think that's what's going to happen. There won't be a peace deal. Again, just my opinion. I could be wrong. Most likely not, but I could be. Some people think Jade should just sell and buy back in the bear market. Me, I'm playing halvesies. In case there's a super cycle or extended cycle, I'm still in the game. That's me. But I already took a big profit this cycle. So I'm a little less stressed about it all. When to take profits on Pengu, Pepe, Bonk. Yeah, Byron. I mean, that's the big thing, right? Is when do you take the profit on those other coins? Me, I want to roll them into Doge. So when I see Pengu and Bonk go on a big run while Doge is still stagnant, I'll sell them and buy Doge. Okay? That's what I'm doing. And it's bull season, not troll season. Exactly, Troy. October 17th is the day. Yep, tariffs with China delayed again. Yep, we talked about that earlier. Right here. Already covered it. And we got a new subscriber too. Thank you, PGD. Appreciate it. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe. So close to 100 likes. We're not giving away Dogecoin until we're over 100. So come on, hit that like button. Hit the like button. And then we'll give away some Doge. Dogecoin does have a lot of great catalysts coming up. Be patient. Wait. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? You missed all the fun already. No. We're just getting going. We are just getting going. So, yeah. Hope all you guys make a lot of money. Patience. Absolutely. You're welcome, Prajwal. Maxim is going to sell everything by Christmas and buy bonds. You know, bonds can go down in value too, right? Bonds can go down in value as well. The cider is hitting hard today. RR. There we go. Buy Dogecoin or else, says, I've been using Kriss's technique recently for meme tokens. Take 50% when on a big run, roll that into Doge. So you got more coin count for Doge, but you're still riding the other train if it keeps going up. It's not an all or nothing thing. It isn't. It's not all or nothing. People who can't handle the ups and downs. What we were talking about last week, right? The roller coaster ride. It is. It's a roller coaster. The All Eyes on Doge song lives in my head forever. That's a good quote.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
And now it's in your head again. You can't get away from it. It's like, oh no, all eyes on Doge. Oh, I love it. I love it. I am buying Dogecoin to make money to buy more rental apartments, flipping it into real estate to make more money. Love it. That's a good plan. Different perspective. Trading Doge for more than a year now hasn't failed you. It's paying off. Your cider is 14% alcohol. Where did you get that, Ara? Wow. 14%. It must be kicking you hard. Oh. You put soda in your freezer and forgot about it. So now I'm cleaning my freezer. Oh. Yeah. We shot past 100 likes. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I've sold 2 of the stocks I got, both for gain, dry powder, then for crypto. Ready to buy on the dip? Classic. It is. Then you take the rents and buy more Doge. Repeat. It's like a machine, right? It just keep rotating it around. It's awesome. You're welcome, lunatic. Anthony, your video feed title, Dogecoin beats inflation, in my opinion, only is irrelevant, as what's important is, will I make money on the purchase of Doge at 19.8 cents? It was a tongue-in-cheek thing about all the different kinds of inflation that people are worried about, Anthony. People worry about too many coins being minted. People worry about the inflation due to tariffs. And I just say, forget all that and just buy more Doge. Because in the end, what you said, will you make more money on Doge? Yes. But I did it in a kind of a fun, roundabout manner. And then I got totally thrown off track by some troll who kept going on, and I waited too long to boot him. You missed that part, Anthony. You missed that part. The cider was a gift from your brother. You're going to have to thank your brother for that. Woo! Woo! Oh. The slots have finally paid twice this week. Did you go to the casino? Oh, you went to the casino. Keep up the likes and subs. Thank you, Prajwal. Like and subscribe. Hey, Ramon. Buying more Doge, are you? What are my thoughts on Sheeb? Man, I get this. I think this is the third live stream in a row. People have been asking me about Sheeb, and Sheeb's so dead. It's just dead. Dogecoin has been outperforming Sheeb for a year solid and continues. Sheeb's just not doing anything. People have given up on Sheeb. The whole Sheebarium thing, Shiba swap, bone, treat, whatever the next one was, just nobody cares. They just lied for years. They just lied. If you're new, turn up the TV, go to the fridge, get a snack. That's a good way to do it. I like that. How many Doge do I have? I got about 400,000 Doge now in my stash. Again, I still have a lot of Bonk, and I'll sell the Bonk and rotate that into Doge and get more Doge. Same with Pengu and Pump. We'll just rotate that more into Doge. That's all coming. Charlotte, what did you buy with your so-called casino winnings? What did you buy? Ryoshi just dumped Sheeb. I didn't see that. I hope that's not FUD, because I don't want to be spreading FUD here on my channel that Ryoshi is dumping. But this, I believe. The site, Shiba Swap, half dead, that I believe. Am I holding some Litecoins? Yes, I still have Litecoins in my PayPal account. Still have some Litecoins. Again, I'll be selling that this fall somewhere top of the market, and I'll be done with Litecoin. So, more Doge, of course. Buy Dogecoin or else. The answer to the question. Oh, but the machines owned her, yes. But no longer. She got her revenge. What are my thoughts on Dogecoin profits to pay off debt versus using those profits to invest into something? I am a big fan of getting rid of debt first. Because what if the other thing doesn't work out? Then you still have debt. Again, it's minimizing your risk, right? Getting rid of the debt. My wife is sitting good, 14 cents. She's got 14-cent Doge average. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. My friends, it is time. The word of the day is Dogecoin. For those that don't know and are new to the channel here, we do giveaways. And we have another giveaway to do today. And because we've got these red candles happening with Doge, we need this to turn around. I should probably put this on the 15-minute so we can see more immediate action happening here on the Doge chart. There we go. Doge is now at 22.69. It better be higher than 22.69 when we're done with this. So here's what you do. If you want to be entered in the Dogecoin giveaway for today, type in the chat Dogecoin. Must be with a capital D. If you do all caps, that doesn't count as an entry. If you do all lowercase, it doesn't count as an entry. It needs to be Dogecoin, just like you see up on the screen, Dogecoin. Now, when you enter, you can't go walk away, because if your name gets pulled here, you got to be in the chat and you have to acknowledge by saying, yay, woohoo, I finally won, something like that in the chat. So I know you won. And then you need to be ready, willing, and able to send me an email that has your Dogecoin wallet address in it, so I know where to send your Doge. I will put my email address up after the third spin. Yes, we're going to do 3 spins today. 3 spins, 33 Dogecoin for each spin on the line. 33 Dogecoin. It's easier for me to remember. 33 Doge. 3 diffs of 33 Doge are coming. If you choose, you can elect to pass it on, even though you win the draw, your name comes up, you see the confetti and all that, because A, you recently won already and you want to give someone else a chance, or B, you're just feeling good and generous and you're like, okay, I won, that's cool, but let's let someone else win. Or third, if you want, you could choose somebody else in the chat to receive the Dogecoin. You can always do that as well. So you can say, pass it on. I'll just respin. We'll do a respin. Someone else randomly will win. Or you can just say, woohoo, yay. And that means to me, you're going to be sending me an email, of which then tonight I will be sending you Dogecoin. It's all about coin count, right? Coin count coming into the fall. This is an opportunity to increase your coin count by 33 Dogecoin. So let's do it, guys. Are you ready? This is the first spin. We're going to do 3 spins. Again, if somebody passes it on, and we'll do a respin for that lot of 33 Doge. You only have to put the word Dogecoin in the chat once and you're entered for all 3 spins. If you put Dogecoin in the chat multiple times, you still only get 1 entry. Doesn't increase your chances. If you put rigged in the chat, you get a slight advantage. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Well, thank you, Charlotte, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Buy Dogecoin or else. She thinks that she is going to win because she put in a super sticker. She thinks that bumps her up in the odds. We'll see if that works today. Here we go. First spin. Who's going to win the Doge today? Everybody. Yes, 14. Everybody. It's Austin. Austin Croft is the winner of the first draw. This is giveaway 64, Ryan. Giveaway 64 at Austin Croft. Austin, congratulations. And a thank you from Austin. Awesome. Awesome, Austin. You're the first winner. Now we're going to go with the second spin. You don't have to type Dogecoin in the chat again. Everybody is automatically entered in the next two draws as well. Unless you're just coming into the live stream now, then you want to make sure that you type Dogecoin in the chat to be eligible to win some Dogecoin. And here we go. Second draw. Let's see. How's this going to work? It's Kriss Love. Kriss Love. DZ3KU. Whatever that's for. I hate the ats. But Kriss, hey, congratulations. Oh, there's a Chris Wilkes, not the Kriss Love, though. There's the Kriss Love. Thank you. Yes, Kriss, you're welcome. Definitely rigged. All right, there's two. We got our third draw coming. Who's ready to win some Doge? I'll put the email up in after the spin. If we get a winner, I will then put the email address up on the screen. Here we go. Third draw. We're doing it. I'm ready. I'm ready too. I'm ready. King Jano. It's the king. King Jano. Hey, King. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. You're welcome. All right. We have our three winners. So now, for the three of you, even if you have won before, you still need to send me an email because I get rid of all of those old emails. I don't keep them. I do not keep them. So here is my email address, KrissCrypto@gmail.com. That's KrissKrypto, KrissCrypto@gmail.com. In your email, make sure you include both your YouTube handle and your Dogecoin wallet address, and I will send you your Doge tonight. Congratulations to not only all the winners, but all of you too, because everybody here has Dogecoin. You're already winners. You're already winners by having Dogecoin. Just these guys get 33 more. I give up. I will never enter the giveaway ever again. I just want to see my name with the confetti so I can pass. Congrats to the winners. Congrats. Congrats all. And that's all to everybody because all of you own Dogecoin. We're all winners. We're all winners. Charlotte has won before. Charlotte also had some Dogecoin gifted to her from somebody else, I recall. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, Beastman, how are you? What's up? We were in an upward trend, and then there was a little sell-off. Yeah, a lot of this is leverage, like on this Bitcoin coming down. I mean, this big pump here was like, you know, somebody buying a bunch, and then people take profits up and down, typical market. But also they were getting rid of a lot of leverage. We were looking at, you know, this big leverage just being wiped out last hour. This was all last hour. Everything over 100,000 is here, from ETH to Doge to Bitcoin to XRP, Solana, just a bunch of big ones, all taking out leveraged trades. You know, I also like to look at this and see what the other new coins are that are moving soon again. Boy, that soon must just keep going up, 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 up. I don't know what 1000x is. What's 1000x? That's a coin? That's a coin? 1000x is a coin? 1000x. Where's the spot? Premium index, premium index. There's something on 2-bit. Whoa, look at that. That came from out of nowhere. Somebody just bought a lot of that, and it's coming right back down. So much for that one. Yeah. We don't go chasing that stuff, right, guys? We don't go chasing that stuff. Dogeflation. That's a good way to put it, Anthony. Dogeflation. It just does its own thing. You want to see the big buy Dogecoin or else on the screen? Me gusta Dogecoin very mucho. Don't say muy mucho? Muy mucho. The giveaway was stolen. I convinced my dad to buy $4,500 worth of Doge. Boy, better hope Doge goes up then. Make him happy, right? You better hope. Whatever you convince something to buy, but it better go up. Oh my gosh. Yep, another 3 for 3. We did get that today. What does our liquidation chart look like for Doge today? Well, we know it took out some longs. There's probably more longs if you go down lower. And the shorts might be building up too. You see that on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin going down, taking out all these longs. That most recent one was $200 million on that dip. Look at that. $200 million. That might be it. I think they targeted that. I think they targeted that and they got it. And now it's going to go higher. Some nice shorts up here at 123. Big dollars up there. Let's see what Doge looks like. Earlier, got a bunch of leverage longs. There's some big short right there. Huge shorts. 23.3. That's not that far away. We can get that. $6 million. Let's do that. Let's do that. I get the feeling Doge is struggling to get past 24 cents. Means that it probably wants to go lower and test 19. Well, you know what I'm not going to say? I'm not going to say, oh, it's never going to do that. You need to buy now. Yeah, I don't say that. Well, I kind of just did. But say it. I wouldn't say that. I don't want to be accused of making people buy something at too high of a price. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, 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 no. Will we retest 19 cents? That is the question that's on the table. Will we retest 19 cents? So we were last at 19 cents on the dip on Wednesday. Right there. Yeah, it could. We could see that up, over, and back down. We've seen that many times. We could retest 19 cents. Yes. I'll put that in another color. That is red, meaning that is a bear. That's a bearish move for Dogecoin to come down back and hit 19 cents. And then I didn't even draw it low enough. 19 cents. There we go. So that's that. Again, we were charting, right? Higher lows, higher lows. This is still a higher low. And I said, if we break below 22 cents, then it's looking bearish for me. This is not. This is still a higher low from what we had back on Friday. Still a higher low. If we drop below 22 cents, then the chart is bearish. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. I know, right? That's life, though. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. The Golden Cross tonight. It's happening. It's happening. Lots of shorts for Doge. 23.3. That's not that far up there. 23.3. Millions of dollars. It's not that far away. Hello, Navaya. I don't know if you agree, but the Trump-Elon fight at the White House pulled Doge price down by 10%. That was a while ago, though. So that's kind of in the past now. I think we're well past that. So whatever effects that had were short-term, but not long-term. They're kind of kissing and making up now. They're saying good things about each other. That's what I think. Yeah, just because we're in Ethereum season doesn't mean Doge drops to 19 cents. It just means ETH would be outperforming, which it is. ETH is outperforming everything except Crow. Crow token is outperforming ETH. Kronos, let's go. I got a bunch of these. Thanks to my affiliation with Crypto.com, I'm making new Crow every day. I've got over 30,000 Crow tokens, and it just keeps growing. If you guys are interested in Crypto.com, I do have a link in the description below, and you can join Crypto.com, and you can trade a lot of tokens before they're on Binance or Coinbase or Robinhood. You can buy them on Crypto.com, even here in the United States. Yes, that is the best place to go chasing the useless token or any of those other ones that you hear about. They're usually on Crypto.com before you see them on Coinbase. So you can check that out, and you can start earning your own Kronos, the Crow token, because you can play the little games, and every time you trade, you earn more diamonds, and you trade those in for a box. You open the box, you get more Crow. That's how it works. And you just keep building and building Crow. And then when you have enough, you can stake it, and then you can earn more Crow. Crypto.com. It's pretty good for that. It's pretty good for that. So if you're interested, check that out. You're waiting for the Russell 2000 to break the all-time high. I want the Russell 2000 to break all-time high too, because I've got like half of my 401k plan in the Russell 2000. And when it goes up, Con, I'm winning too on my retirement. I got half in Vanguard and half in Russell 2000. Let's go, Russell. That's just setting me up for life. Wish I could buy me some Doge at 19 cents, not gonna lie. Last Wednesday, it was on sale. Yeah, just keep buying the new lows. Okay, we're not going to do that, Nava. you are getting booted. Don't anybody puts a passphrase in the comments on a video or in a chat. Don't do it. It's a scam. So we got a second boot. That's a no-no. Putting a seed phrase in the chat, you get booted automatically. So yeah. And here I thought that person was being nice. Nope. Just a scammer. Just a scammer. What's the golden cross mean? Hey, I've got a video for you I made this morning called the Dogecoin Golden Cross. Go watch that video. Go watch that video. I made it just this morning. Just for you. So you can learn what a golden cross is. Yeah, it's didn't fully recover, but you know what? It's the summer of chop, right? It's the summer of chop. Up and down we go. We're waiting for the fall, just as if it never happened. I'd rather watch the Golden Cross than the Golden Bachelor. The Bachelor. Oh, that's when there's an old guy or an old woman, right? Whatever. Khan is following the Ben Cowan Bitcoin dominance chart, expecting Bitcoin dominance to move higher and then back down in October. Because that's what Ben Cowan said, right, Khan? And Elon is $35 billion richer too, exactly. I don't know what the latest is with his pay package. I don't keep up with that. I know, and it's like you don't have to choose between Doge and ETH. Just have both. Alt season is coming. Just have both. ETH is going to keep going up, even if it's ETH season first and then alt season. ETH will still go up. That's right. And as Lunatic says, you open your treasure box on the crypto.com app in a bear cycle, you receive more crow and you just keep staking it. Exactly. And it just builds and builds and builds. I've been doing that all through the bear market. I think I joined crypto.com back in 2022. So I've just been stacking crow. Stacking and stacking. I am young at heart. That's how old I am. I'm young at heart. I'm young enough to just still have fun. I actually take care of myself. I eat well. I exercise. And I keep myself very, very busy doing my work, my job, and all of this. Keeps me going. You can't just sit around and watch TV. That's bad. You got to keep pushing. And that's what I do. And that keeps me young at heart. Plus hanging out with you guys, you keep me on my toes. I like that. I like that. And I learn stuff too. You guys bring stuff up in the chat I never heard of. And I just like, check it out. All right. I check it out. Hey, Tony. We're getting closer to the top as your subs are getting higher. Enjoying the ride. This fall is going to be fun. It might get crazy. It might get crazy. 2021 was a crazy time. And even last November, during the live streams, we had a lot of people here. Chat was buzzing like crazy. It was hard to keep up. At those times, I can really only address the members. I can't even look at all the chats. And I just look at the members because it's just going so fast. I'm thinking we're going to be there this fall. I think we're going to see that again. Yeah, economic data coming out. I already told you earlier in the stream what I think is going to happen. The Fed is going to look pretty bad. No, there's nothing about, no news about Elon not supporting Doge. That's FUD, whatever it is. Brave, Blade, whatever. Don't believe it. FUD, FUD, FUD. The Doge ETFs get approved before the purple box. I don't know when all of these catalysts are going to happen for Doge and when Doge starts rocketing, but it could be right around that time. What did I say about the stocks? Those are both funds. Yeely, those are both funds. I'll just put them in the, I mean, this is just, this is like basic. This is where I have very limited choices on my retirement plan of what I can invest in. I can't just invest in any stock. My company doesn't have a plan that is, I can't buy like a Bitcoin ETF in my 401k. Doesn't allow it. So, and I started this a long time ago. And so I just did my allocations into the Vanguard 500 and the Russell 2000. And over the past 15 years, man, have that gone up. That has gone up because, yeah, I mean, you look at like the S&P 500, right? And you go to the monthly and you zoom out. Look at what this done. Look at what this has done in, let's say, 15 years from 2010 to today. 500%. It's gone up 500% in 15 years. Now, with that 500%, right? Not only was I buying more twice a month, right? I get paid twice a month. Not only was I buying more twice a month, but my employer was matching my contributions twice a month, doubling how much I was investing in Vanguard 500 and the Russell 2000. 500%. And this is just stock. It's just a stock fund is all it is. It's not chasing like NVIDIA, right? When NVIDIA goes crazy, or it's just slow and steady buying. And even on the dips, you don't touch it. You just keep buying and you buy more. Even when it went down in 2021, you just keep buying and it goes up higher. 500%. And that's just all retirement money. It's like it doesn't even exist yet until I officially retire. And then I could start pulling out of it now if I wanted to, but why do I want to? It's still growing, still going up. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. So when I stopped working my job, I got a lot of money in here. But this, 500%. So that has allowed me to be more risky with crypto because I know I have this retirement fund. To be honest, that's true. I know I've got this retirement fund. So being risky in crypto, not a problem with me because I got this to fall back on. If a crypto all went to zero, I'll be fine. That's a good goal. That's a good goal for all you guys to do that. Dogecoin's just chilling. 2266. Remember, it was 2269 when we were giving away Doge? Weak, man. Could be the Boston air too. But yeah, get the sea breeze. That's very nice. I'm outside a lot when I'm not sitting here talking to you guys. I'm outside. We go on walks all over Boston. You need 5 million to retire comfortably. No, you don't. If your house is paid off, you don't need 5 million. If you have no mortgage and no rent, you do not need 5 million then. So it all depends on what you have as assets when you begin your retirement. The crazy train. Yeah, Doug. Yeah. Robinhood was in on Doge early, lunatic. I wasn't even ready for Doge then. 2020 was great. I wasn't there, though. I wasn't there. Are we going to see a new all-time high? Well, Jose, that's what we're going to be here watching together this fall. And there we have a dump. There's a dump, my friends. Did Bitcoin just dump too? Not much. ETH? Yeah, ETH is dumping a little. Doge just had a red candle there, and he's dancing. Ugh. 500%. I know, lunatic, right? You recently learned about the Russell 2000. Yep, I've been buying into it for over 15 years. Just buying. Do I have any favorite specific ETFs? I don't buy ETFs. I either buy the actual coin if it's a crypto, or I buy that fund in my retirement. That's it. And I've got some stocks that I play with. Employer matching equals free money. That's right. Especially if it compounds 500%. That's a lot of money. Right. And you contribute right up to the amount that they match. If it's 3%, then you contribute 3% and they match it. And that is financial advice. Exactly done. Can I talk about Crow for a minute? Sure, Crow has been crazy. So you take Crow, you go out to the monthly, and you look at this crazy price back here in 2021. Crow went up to $1 in that crazy fall 2021 run. This is the type of move many are expecting to happen in the fall of 2025, is this kind of crazy run in alts. It is starting. I mean, look at these candles right here on the monthly with Crow. And you tell me whether this right there, let me change that to white, right there that I circled in white, doesn't that look kind of similar to what was back here in 2021? Doesn't that look kind of the same? I'm just saying. Sometimes you see these patterns and it's 4 years later. Is this what's coming? Are we going to see this kind of craziness again? My opinion is we should only expect half because we don't have the stimmy checks this time. Back in 2021, we were all getting those stimulus. Remember the stimulus checks? You get the stimmy checks, right? Free money. So I think we're still going to have a blow off top, but I'm cutting it at half. So instead of Crow going to $1, I'm saying 50 cents. That's this yellow line here. I'm kind of using that as a guide. And I'm stacking Crow. Stacking Crow. So even from here, it's a 3x from here, and we're already in the bull market. I'll take that. I'll take that. A 3x from here, I'll take that. for Dogecoin, that gets you up to the previous all-time high from here. We'd like it to be more, but I'm kind of thinking I would take that 73-cent Doge. That would be awesome. We don't know what's going to happen, but that's Crow. Again, I'm not expecting the big blow-offs like we saw on alts in 2021, not quite to that extreme. So I cut it in half. Let's see, okay, we'll target that. So I'm using that as kind of a guide. Dogecoin, 22.4. Euro Vinci, yeah, it was a quick thing about the PPI and CPI numbers. Gold won't be tariffed. Trump 90-day stay. Crypto market hit an all-time high. There was another thing about PPI. Anyway, I think it's a nothing burger, Euro Vinci. It's a nothing burger. We're not going to see like huge spike in inflation like the Fed is fearful of. And yet again, the Fed is going to look bad because the numbers are going to post. They're not going to be bad. And then you're going to start hearing all this talk about, well, you know, the actual inflation will be delayed because all of the price increases haven't all been priced in, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, geez, forget it. What's up, Lucky? How are you? Why is it dumping now? Somebody sold? Time to buy more, exactly. Oh, it's the summertime. It's summer of chop. You've heard me talking about the summer of chop for all summer long. You got to be ready for it. Will the dump prolong the golden cross? No, I think we're still up high enough. I still think we're up high enough where the golden cross will still print tonight. We're still way above it. So, yep, this will print. Golden cross. 2.5 more hours. We'll see it. I'm 99% confident in that. Why would Doge want to come to Cash App? Doge is Doge. You buy it and you put it in your MyDoge wallet and you spend it out of your wallet. That's what we're hoping for. Crow to $1.20. Official speculation. Yeah, I'm not having that expectation. Hey, if it goes to $1.20, awesome. But I don't have that expectation. Another one thinks we're going to dump to 15, 16 cents. Give me my stimmy. Not this time around. Hey, the real claps. Yes, 20,000 subs. We had a little party yesterday. Did you see my pillow? Got a Doge pillow up here on my shelf. My 20,000 sub present. It's a Doge pillow. I don't think they're going to do tariff stimmy checks. I think that's actually kind of a dumb idea because that will lead to inflation. I mean, we saw that with all the stimmy checks in 21. What did it lead to? High inflation. Just printing money. Don't want it. I swapped my Sheeb for Doge when the perfume was released at the Shiba conference. You probably did okay. How far can I zoom out? I can zoom out all the way, Aussie. All the way. But I have to go to this one. can zoom all the way. And I always go into logarithmic so you can see it all. And this was one of my early scenarios, was tracking these straight lines. And with the straight lines, I got to turn these off. Seeing where we were compared to 2014, 2017, and then just sort of discounting the blow off top in 2021 because I can. You just discount that, right? Totally overhyped, overbought. So where does that leave us for a realistic expectation for this bull run? And it gets us up to the previous all-time high. Right there. Okay? That's what this chart does. No exponential factor or anything, but it says the next big run would get us to the previous all-time high, 73 cents. All right. That's looking at the all-time chart using straight lines. Now I've done another one with a curved line. I posted that yesterday. But this is this one. Looking at the whole chart. Lucky, I think the people who are saying that the top of the market is due to the M2 are not seeing the whole story. The top of the market isn't going to be that because of the M2. It's everything. It's not just one thing. That's what I say. Is Jasmine going to reach 12 cents? Is Jasmine going to reach 10 cents? That was my prediction, was 10 cents. And right now it's not even looking. It's only a penny and a half now. So from here, it's like a 9x from here. I don't think so. The market makers want to take it to 21.5. Well, there's major support there at 21.99. So 21.99 is what I would be targeting. $0.90 seems reasonable. Let's retest 15 cents. I bet my existence on that. All these people wishing for these low prices, and you had lots of time to buy earlier in the summer, and now you want it, as someone said earlier in the chat, because you didn't take advantage of it then. Trump token looks bad. I agree. Glad I sold it. And I put it into pump, and pump was pumping today. Did you see that? Pump was actually pumping today. And I was like, okay, let's go. Big pump on pump. Now it's fallen back. But that was nice. Still up 10% on the day on pump token. Trump wasn't doing that. Making money. Making money. Big red candle on the smelly one. Will we break the November, December highs? I think so. I think most coins are going to break the 2024 highs with this 2025 alt season run. Yes. Cumro, you blame me? Hashtag blame Kriss. Good night, Charlotte. Isn't that a bullish chart? I love that chart. I look at that chart and I'm just like, how can you not? How can you not be bullish? Go back to it again. How can you not be bullish on Dogecoin? Again, I draw my boxes, right? We had that. We had that. And then we had the craziness of 2021, right? Boom. How can you not think that this isn't going to do at least that? At least that. That's almost conservative from here. That's because we didn't drop all the way back down to the red line, though. Which is bullish for Dogecoin, right? We didn't drop all the way down to this red line. And that gets us to 73.80 cents right there. Better set a limit order. You know what'll happen at 1 in the morning? $21.99, right? $21.99 will hit at 1 o'clock in the morning. So says Rolling Rob. Yeah, the whole delay thing. Again, the overlay that everybody's been talking about this cycle has not mirrored previous cycles. So everyone's talking about all this stuff now because it's lining up, but it didn't necessarily in the past. Okay? So just remember that when you start reading what other people are saying, it's like they weren't saying it 4 years ago. Right? The weekly charts, the monthly charts are all very bullish. People get too zoomed in and start thinking like a bear. And when you zoom out, you're like, God, this chart looks great. Look at that. Look at that chart. This is the monthly chart. It is bullish, my friends. Peak? Will peak even make 10 cents? Much less the 28 cents where I bought it. Not expecting it. Hoping we get 3 rate cuts. Hey, I'll take 1 in September at this point. I'll just take the 1. Just give me that. You're bullish on the ETH, Chadwick? Yeah, all except SHIB, right? Which is an ETH coin, or token, I should say. Hey, Goose, how are you? Yeah, we talked about the upcoming economic data earlier in the stream. And again, just about 15 minutes ago. I think it's a big nothing burger. Inflation. And they're going to kick the can down the road again. Fear of tariffs is not in yet, not indicated on the data. So they're going to say, wait till next month. Again, tariffs are not causing a big spike in inflation. They just aren't. The market cap is way too high for it to rally crazy unless there's retail mania. Right. And that's what we're expecting this fall is retail mania. Exactly, JJ. Retail mania this fall. FOMO City. People coming in and buying the tops. Right? You guys are here buying on the dips. Except for the one guy who blamed me for making him buy at the top. And it wasn't even a top. It wasn't even a top. In fact, he's accusing me of saying something that I never say. Because I don't tell people to buy on green candles. I always say, wait for the red candles and buy on the dips. Right? I say that again and again and again. Why would I be accused of making people buy at the top? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Hey, Kronos, what's up? If history repeats, we will fly. Oh my God, here we go. The real pain. 5 billion new Dogecoins every year. Inflation, inflation. No, my friend. You need to zoom back into the history of this live stream where I addressed this exact thing. And I talked at length at the same time as being annoyed by someone in the chat about what 5 billion new Dogecoin every year actually means, what it looks like in terms of a decreasing percentage every year, and what Elon Musk said about it. It's a feature of Dogecoin. It's a feature. That's what makes Dogecoin different than Bitcoin. And yet, despite the 5 billion Dogecoins, right, every year, guess what? Dogecoin still outperforms Bitcoin, my friend. Did you hear me? Despite 5 billion new Dogecoins every year, Dogecoin, in the long run, outperforms Bitcoin. Those are facts. So if you get zoomed in, right, and you're just looking at a certain time period, sure, right? Since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin has done better than Doge. But you start zooming out and you're like, oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. Dogecoin does outperform Bitcoin. Imagine that. So we covered that earlier in the stream. That was part of my whole Dogecoin better than inflation thing. Part of the inflation was kind of a play on words, but part of it was the Dogecoin inflation itself, which actually, that's not just new Dogecoins being dumped on the market. Those are Dogecoins that are awarded to the miners, as Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. So they're awarded to the miners who are validating the transactions on the blockchain, keeping the Dogecoin blockchain safe and secure. And those new Dogecoins go into their wallets, not flooding the exchanges with new Doge. Now, the miners occasionally have to sell Doge in order to pay their utility bills. But right now, they're actually not selling because they're expecting the same thing we are, this big green box in the fall, and they don't want to miss those profits. So they're selling as little as possible right now. This is the time to accumulate Dogecoin. That's what I'm saying. Coin count. And it goes right to the miners too. It is coming, my friends. It is coming. Anyway, that's my spiel. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Yeah, but I don't think so. But maybe I'm totally wrong. We got a lot of things going down right now. We got liquidations happening. A lot of Bitcoin liquidations. A lot of Bitcoins. Look at all the Bitcoin liquidations. Man, they just wiped out a ton of them on Gate.io. Who's leverage trading on Gate.io? They just got wiped out. Big time. There's some Doge. There's some baby Doge. Who's trading baby Doge with leverage? Baby, look at that. Baby Doge. What is that? Baby Doge. Rose, Nero, Ada, Pendle, Sui, Bonk. It's all going down. Oh, Dogecoin sucks. Have you looked at everything else going on? Oh. Yep, got the Golden Cross tonight, Greg. Golden Cross, baby. What happens to crypto when someone dies? You better have a will, and you better spell out in your will and have some clues of how people can find your crypto. You gotta take care of that. You gotta take care of that. Most in crypto who die, those wallets will just never be opened again. Well, some Fox, if you were buying Dogecoin at the top back in December, end of November, I don't know what to say. I was talking from mid to the end of November on this channel about taking profits. I was not talking about buying Dogecoin. I was talking about taking profits, and I did take profits. So nobody can accuse me of telling people to buy Dogecoin up at 40 cents, because I was not doing that. I was selling Dogecoin. Bonky bonkers. Yeah, bonk is dumping too. That's what I say. Buy on the red, not the green. The Golden Cross is going to be at 8 o'clock tonight. 2 more hours. Golden Cross. Woohoo! The big Doge wallet. Nick, really? The big Doge wallet? I told my girlfriend when I die she has to cut my thumb off. She can get all the money. That's the thumbprint. Dogecoin is not the only proof of work coin suitable for small transactions. There are better options. I don't know, Chadwick. You tell me a better option than Doge, because I don't know of one. Caspa? You think people are going to start spending Caspa as currency? Nope. Nope. My video feeds are bullish on Doge, and that's why people buy. Well, that's on them, not me. How to make a will. Got to find an attorney. You can do it yourself online, or at least understand kind of how it works to get the basics. Hey, DC Bundles in the house. How are you? Yep, or roller coaster. Summer of Chop is back. Summer of Chop. Golden Cross is not an acceptable TA. I make fun of it, Goose. Just like I do cups and handles and reverse head and shoulders and all of that. I make fun of all of it. And I do make fun of the Golden Cross as well. Like I said, it means absolutely nothing about how Doge is going to trade tomorrow or next week or next month. It means nothing. It tells you what the current momentum is, that the 50 is crossing over the 200. That's it. All right. Just so we're clear. Same thing with head and shoulders. Doesn't mean a thing. None of it matters. Buying on the dip? 22.11, Benny says. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Seriously? Bitcoin Cash? Seriously? Litecoin has a cap and halvings. Not as good as Doge. Doge is better. No halvings, no caps. You can't beat Doge, Chadwick. Not as a transactional proof of work cryptocurrency. Pengu is about to melt Antarctica with crazy Asian money, Maxim. I'm not opening up Annie ever again. Annie has been banished. Banished. Lines and squiggles on charts. Exactly. Perfect. Thought the same. I know. I wasn't taking it more seriously. I wasn't. It's kind of a fun thing, though, right? Because the last time, right? The last time Dogecoin had a golden cross, it went up 300%. It did. Last time. Just say no to Annie. I have. I don't need to look it up, Chadwick. I know those coins. I know those coins. Nobody even thinks of them as a transactional currency. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's working on them as a transactional currency anymore. It's done. I think they're going to take care of the Dogenals on this Doge OS layer. So it's not going to spam the network. Okay? That's what Doge OS is going to be all about. Is taking all of that off of the main blockchain. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Dogenals are NFTs on the Dogecoin blockchain. Dogenals. You can look it up. Bunch of pictures of dogs, mostly. I'm not buying any. I have 2 of them, apparently, on my MyDoge wallet that somehow got airdropped to me. Heads and shoulders only work half the time. The other half, nothing. Or it gets a third shoulder before it does anything. I've watched it. I've watched it for years. It rarely plays out like it's supposed to, according to the TA gurus. It just doesn't do it. The future blockchain just getting started with AI. You know, Chadwick, I like you, but you're just, you're done for today. I just can't deal with you. You're in a timeout. You can listen in. Just come back for this comment. Nobody gives a F what you think, dude. Seriously. You're in a timeout. You can listen along. Maybe you can learn something. Maybe you start your own YouTube channel, right? And you praise the almighty Bitcoin Satoshi vision as a transactional currency. Or some future AI thing, right? Awesome. Go do it, dude. But you're coming on my channel and you're just being a jerk. Nope, I didn't ban him. I just gave him a timeout. He's in a timeout. I just can't deal with that. As soon as you say, come back later and check my... Nobody cares, dude. Nobody cares. Oh, man. And if it was the first time you saying something like that, maybe I'd give you a break. But you come back again and again and again. And it's just like, oh. Yeah, who was that guy? What about Cardano? So Cardano will probably trade okay in the fall, and you'll be able to make some money on ADA, and it'll probably do okay. But if you're waiting for Cardano to be the next big blockchain that's going to solve all the world's problems, that ain't going to happen, right? If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now, and it's just not happening. There's nothing being built on Cardano. I mean, SNEC was the best thing to ever happen to Cardano, with stupid SNEC meme token. Because after that, nobody knows anything about Cardano. other than Charles Hoskinson. He's a smart dude, but man, he grovels and he begs and pleads with people to pay attention to him, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Can you make money on ADA token? Sure. I made money. I did a 4x on ADA token. A 4x. I made money on ADA token. Unfortunately, I sold my Solana to buy the ADA, and Solana did an 8x, and I would have made more on Solana if I just held it. I made some on Solana, but not as much as I could have if I had just, yeah, I bought ADA at 24 cents. So I did all right. I'm doing the Charlie Brown Snoopy cry. Oh, thank you. $1.53. ADA, yeah. About that, $1.53. Yeah. ADA just got creamed in the bear market. I mean, you talk about something in the bear market going down. It's like, man, what did this end up going down in the bear market? 92%. It went down 92% from the high 2021 to the bottom of the bear market. And that's where I bought it, right there, 24 cents. Wow. Doge didn't even fall that much in the bear market. Hey, I just look at the data and look at the facts. That's all I do. I look at the data. I need a drink. I know, right? I do. I absolutely do. Sometimes I do that, Anthony, just to make a point, especially with guys like our friend Chadwick. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. Yeah, Nick, I know. But even back in 2021 on my old channel, I wasn't telling people to buy on the big runs. I had the same philosophy. Don't buy on the green candles, buy on the red. Ain't got time for that. H-bar. Yeah, we're kind of watching H-bar at 24 cents, Doge at 22 cents. How are they going to battle each other out price-wise? Just having some fun with it. H-bar is doing great. I mean, you know, the July run, it's actually held itself pretty well compared to Doge, which on the July run had a much more of a pullback. Of course, Dogecoin is more volatile, right? Even more than H-bar. So Dogecoin will outperform H-bar on the runs up, but on the pullbacks, H-bar is holding better. So there's some of that as well. Maybe H-bar is better than ADA. Maybe. Yep. A lot of good things going on with Hedera right now. But I've made money on Hedera already. I'm not going to buy it again. I'm not. My whole philosophy now at this point is to narrow it down to get back to just Bitcoin and Doge, and I'll get rid of everything else probably. That's how I'm thinking right now. Do I need a timeout? I hope not. What happens if I put myself in a timeout? Yeah, AMP. Ever since Coinbase stopped trading AMP, I've been bad on AMP. I just don't think AMP is a cat. I didn't even see him, Doug. All of a sudden I heard him. There's a cat. Yeah, I don't think AMP has much of a future. But good luck, Daniel. Hey, Steven. Great dip opportunities. I love the thinking there. Dip opportunities, right? Hi, buddy. What's up? Your tail is in the camera. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? How about Popcat? PaxCat says, Dad, check on Popcat for me. How's Popcat doing? So I got to check the cat's Popcat trade. See what's going on with Popcat. Oh, Popcat's dumping too. PaxCat down to 30 cents. Oh, look at Popcat. Oh, you didn't sell at the top? You didn't sell? Take profits? What? Blame Kriss. Blame Kriss, buddy. Don't call me buddy. Exactly. I know, buddy. Hey, buddy. Definitely scooping up some Doge. If I take a time out, you'll be chatting with each other saying, where did he go? I always give them a chance, Kronos, but then they reach a point where, yeah, that's good enough. A SWI, yes. XRP, no. Even SWI has a lot of inflation, though. If you look at the SWI inflation, it's pretty big. XRP's is huge. It has been for 4 years. It will continue to be because they just keep printing new XRPs for themselves to pay their lawyers and their salaries and all that stuff. Yes, that's what they do. Dogecoin doesn't have that. Right. And with Doge versus Bitcoin, when you're in a bear market, you just scoop up all that Doge on those huge red candles. You buy it all. That's right. I don't think H bar is going to hit $1, Michael. Nope, I do not. Thank you, Kronos. But people still blame me. Blame Kriss. Blame Kriss. I made you buy that up at the top. I made you buy the top. That was earlier this stream. Someone actually posted that. I made you buy the top. Wow. How do they do that? Hey, bud. Oh, Greg, I don't know. How do you think the integration of zero-knowledge proofs and layer 2 scaling solutions could impact the privacy and scalability trade-offs for major blockchain networks like Ethereum? I cannot answer that question. I don't know what all of that means. So, I mean, does that help Arbitrum or Optimism? I don't know. Does it make price go up? Maybe. XRP is scamma mama. Exactly. People are slowly starting to figure that out, but it's taken them a long time. XRP Army are still saying XRP is going to 100. Sweet dreams, baby. Well, thank you, Duchess. He's a good boy. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Heading to 20.6 for the Golden Cross. Ooh, another 2-cent drop. That's pretty deep. Kriss made me buy XRP at $3. Oh, God. Kriss made me eat my pint of ice cream. Oh. March 2024, that was a whole meme thing. So all the memes were pumping back then. Why all the memes started pumping, I still don't know. There wasn't a particular thing. 400,000 Doge is peanuts. Where's the rest of your bag? It's in this house. I sold back in January. I sold 2.5 million Dogecoin together with 20 other cryptos to pay cash for this house. Okay, Galvin, I talked about that previous videos and other things. I went through all of that. I even last October, I showed my entire $1 million portfolio. I even have a video, and you can do a search on my channel that says my $1 million portfolio. And that was before the big run in November. So you can just do the math and figure out how much money I made. I did okay. We'll put it that way. I did okay. So what do I have left after all that? Because I took profits. I have 400,000 Doge. I've got Bitcoin. I've got ETH. I've got a scattering of others. Still trading. Still trying to make more. But the big bag, I already sold. You made me buy it is like, mark my words. What? XRP isn't going to 100. What? What? Yep. I didn't see your next chat, but yes, that's what happened. Yes, I've got 30,000 Crow tokens, Daniel. We talked about that about half an hour ago. Went through the whole Crow chart, all my Crow, how I'm making Crow. You rode XRP up to 350 and then rolled it into Doge. Nice, Forks. Nice. Here for every live. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep, Jack, we've done all right. That was my whole thesis back in 2022, was like, put it all into crypto. And it worked. Not too shabby. We did okay. No mortgage, no debt. Still in the game. Paying my taxes dutifully. Because I had lots of capital gains. So I'm paying my taxes like a good boy. Setting myself up for the rest of my life. But I'll still do this. Because this is fun. Thank you. Thank you. Peanuts. Yeah. Some may think, yeah, peanuts. But I do have a Bitcoin, Galvin. If you've been here, you have heard that one of my biggest accomplishments in crypto was being a whole coiner, becoming a whole coiner. So I am still a whole coiner. You missed that part. I said I have Bitcoin. I have about 1.15 now or something like that. Yes. Anthony, I took about $650,000 and made it into about 2.6. So it was a $2 million profit. At the moment, I have more in Bitcoin than Dogecoin because I also took some of the Doge and I was doing swing trading and I rolled some of it over into Bonk. So I've got 1 billion Bonk tokens that used to be Doge. They're in Bonk now because I was going to ride Bonk up higher and then roll that back into Doge. That's still sitting over there in Bonk. You haven't been here, Galvin, so you haven't been following along, right? You got to follow along. So you're coming in. I don't know who you are. Is this your first time here? Maybe. But you can go back and you can look at all my videos. And I've been very open and honest about everything I've done along the way. And don't make fun of me, dude, because I'm winning here. I'm winning. So don't LOL me, buddy. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. When am I going to buy on the dip? I'm watching. 22.21 now. Again, it's like 21.99 is one of those prices that I've got my eyes on. It's 21.99. Again, one big ass red candle and I'm buying. I buy on the red candles. I don't know how many times I say it. People accuse me of buying the top and I'm like, I'm not making anybody buy tops. I buy on red candles. Do I hit the bottom? Nope. I never get the bottom exactly right, but I was close. On the ADA, that 24-cent ADA that I bought was almost the exact bottom. The 0.003 Jasmy that I bought back in 2023 was almost the exact bottom. I did a 10x on Jasmy, sold it at 3 cents. Made hundreds of thousands of dollars just on Jasmy. So I did all right. Kriss made me sell my house for Annie. Annie's going to get it all. Annie is going to get it all. Yep. DCA on the dips, Nick. I don't know how people misinterpret that to making them buy the top because I don't say it. Oh. What are good buys now? Dogecoin. What else besides Dogecoin? If you're into HBAR is having a pretty good dip right now. Getting red candles on a lot of things. So it looks like we're like sales are going on right now. Sales. So a lot of good stuff on sale. Again, we were watching these, right? Higher lows. And where did I draw this last line? 22 cents. If we drop below 22 cents, then the rest of this may play out coming down. I'm not a perma bull, guys. I'm not a perma bull. I look at the charts, I read, I see what's going on, I look at past levels, and I'm like, okay, now we're getting close to a point where I'm going to be bearish again. I've been bear a few times this summer already, right? Some of you know that. I've been a bear, and we're just about in bear territory again here. So this could play out, coming back down to 21, 20 cents. I'm watching the same charts you guys are. I don't know how my outlook is that different from you, but yeah, Daniel, I haven't sold the peak. That again, that's one of those I took a chance on out at the end of my portfolio, small percentage, and took a chance on it, and that one didn't hit. Unless I had sold it like the first week. If I'd sold it and made a profit, I could have then. But I held on thinking it was a great company. RWA was going to do great, and it didn't. Can't win them all. What's up, Nye? Looking for another buying opportunity. Yes, we are. JJ's waiting for 19 cents. Okay, so when it hits 20 cents, you might say, well, maybe I'll just buy a little bit at 20. What if it doesn't hit 19? That's all I'm saying. Is I'm saying like it's better to be half right than totally wrong. You know what I mean? But I get it if you're dead set on 19, but it might not hit it. The feeling when Dogecoin hit 48 cents at that time was that it was going to keep going higher. There was nobody calling a top then at 48 cents. The feeling was it was going higher. And in fact, I was talking at that time about what my next slice was going to be of profit, because I had sold some at 42 cents and it got up to 48. And I was thinking, looking at the charts, and we were mapping it all out, and I thought it was still going a little higher. So I didn't take more profit then. So it goes. Yeah. JJ might be waiting. You might be waiting a little bit longer. Again, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. If you've got $2,000 in Tether or cash sitting there, maybe you do 1,000 at 20 and then save the other half for 19. It may not hit 19. We don't know. Right. And when the tariff talk happened, that's when I sold. I was like, yep, this is not looking good. I'm selling. Told you all. People, I've been accused of dumping on my followers, but I told everyone what my plan was. I told everyone what I was doing. And I did it. I don't know. And I got blamed for it. I'm just like, I did it. I executed my plan. I made a plan and I executed it. And I'm just like, oh. Oh. Yeah. Trump's not going to tweet. He loves Dogecoin. So, you know, that Vine token was made in hopes that Elon was going to resurrect Vine on X. And it looks like that's actually going to happen. And every time there's news about it, the Vine token pumps. Probably was a pretty good play to buy it and ride it on those pumps when that happens. But then that's a token for you. Dogecoin dumps harder because it is still a meme coin. It's still a volatile meme coin. So on the red days, it dumps harder than Bitcoin. And now ETH. ETH used to dump as much as Doge, but now ETH is holding up better. It's because it has the ETFs and it has the institutional support that ETH didn't have before. But yeah, Doge is still a meme coin. It's still going to be volatile. But on the green candles, on the green days, it's going to outperform Bitcoin and ETH like it does. So try to look at both sides of it and not just be a bear, and you will make money. This is how you make money in crypto. If you're just going to be a bear all the time, you're not going to make it. And you don't get Dogecoin. I've been watching Dogecoin trade for almost 5 years now on an almost daily basis. I understand how Dogecoin trades. Nismo, hey, we had a successful giveaway today. Thank you very much. We had a successful drawing giveaway for 3 viewers that won some Doge today. So thank you very much. I don't believe Doge has peaked. Look at, you weren't here earlier. You're coming in late. You're late to class. You're late to class. But if you look at this chart, and you look at the whole history of Dogecoin trading, right? You look at the whole history of Dogecoin trading, and you look at the 4-year cycles, you look at the big runs Dogecoin has made on previous cycles, Dogecoin has not peaked. This is such an incredibly bullish chart. And everyone's all worried about the pullback and being a bear. And I'm like, look at the monthly chart. It's a green candle, right? You got to zoom out every once in a while and look at what's going on in the big picture. This is coming. This is coming, my friends. Now, is it going to be as big as this? I don't know. But Dogecoin trades in these big moves up like it has in the past. And I think this is still coming for Dogecoin. But hey, that's just me. Right. Anthony's short term, just thinking short term. I'm zooming out and I'm looking long term, big shot. Why are you so negative, Galvin? Where does all the negativity come from? Bitcoin has not peaked, my friend. Why do you say Bitcoin has peaked? Look at it. Look at this chart on Bitcoin. That doesn't look like a peak to me. You got to zoom out. You're zoomed in too far on the chart. Zoom out. Bitcoin has not peaked. This is the halving that we had back in 2024. Look like what Bitcoin has done since the halving. You're not going to make it with all the negativity. You got to change your mode of thinking. I'm not saying be a perma bull, but they do this on every pullback, right? And then they go silent on the recovery. Exactly, Forks. Then you don't see them anymore. It's like, oh yeah, that person's not showing up anymore. Wonder what he's doing now. Not making it. Exactly. Not making it. If you're a long-termer, this is the area to buy. Exactly. You start looking at these opportunities as gifts, buying opportunities. Thank you, Fire. Appreciate it. I try and keep things real. Again, I'm not talking about $10 Dogecoin and $100 XRP, right? You don't hear that from me. I'm not all rocket ships and moons. I do keep it real. I do keep it real. But I am bullish for the fall. I see you're worried, Galvin. I get it. You're worried. This is your first time, right? You weren't here in 2021. If you were, and you held crypto through 2021, well, then you'd be feeling better now. Thank you, Goose. Kilmar, thank you very much. Yeah, go to the XRP streamers. Exactly. Those guys are nuts. Yeah, forget $100, right? It's going to 1,000, 10,000. XRP is going to change the world. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not going to change the world. Well, I remember when Bitcoin hit 20,000 and on the backside it was falling. That's when I first heard about Bitcoin. It had already hit 20,000. And then it was in 2018 during the bear market. And that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. It's just going down. Why would I buy that? And then I just forgot about it for a couple of years. Well, then you learn. Waiting to see if it gives you a red tomorrow. Yeah, those inflation numbers, right? Inflation numbers are going to cause the crypto market to crash. Huh? What? No. 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 All right, I got to go, guys. Hey, 22-cent Dogecoin still. 22-cent Dogecoin. If we get to $21.99, Kriss is probably buying. And then if it goes even lower, then I'm going to be a bear tomorrow. So we will see. We'll check that out tomorrow. I'll be live again. Make sure that you like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Leave a comment below. All of my live streams become videos on my channel. So if you've got another comment, something you're thinking about, you didn't get in the chat, you can always drop it in the comments below. Hope everyone has a great evening. I'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.